you know, it's obviously one of them stories that's going to stick out for a long time, and the longer I fight, the less stories I'm probably going to remember. So hopefully that'll be able be one I can tell the grandkids and have a laugh about. But a little bit surprising, trying to beat me in my own game, the humor, the showmanship, and all that. I know he's been around a long time. I haven't seen him do anything like that. So yeah, it was a bit surprising.
And if you just put into words, again, you've had a very long career. It took you a very long time to get here. You got on the card with 27 due to an injury. Now you've got 2 wins in a row in the UFC. Can you describe how this feels? Because for a while it looked like you might not get here.
It's a bit surreal. I always knew I could compete with the best guys in the world because I trained with the best guys in the world out in California for 4 years. So to be able to get my chance and actually come out and win my first 2 fights, and you know, I got thrown at the wall and I stuck. You know, they can't get rid of me for a little while. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. I've done what I set out to do.
Brian, can you talk about, to your left over here, this was supposedly your first ever training camp, because everything was always sort of messed up with all your fights, always on short notice. Can you talk about, because you're sort of, one of your blogs, you were sort of like, I don't know what to do here, that there's so much time to train. Can you talk about that, as well as when you were on the, when Dennis had your back, there were many of us who were like, this is not good for Brian, but you survived.
Yeah, you know, I've had, you know, 11-year career, 70-some fights. The most notice I've ever had for a fight was probably 6 weeks. And that was a bit of a long time to sit and ponder an opponent and ponder how to train, what to focus on, all that kind of stuff. Well, this one I had about, you know, 3 months. You know, I thank you guys for the notice on that one. It was nice to have that security, but man, that was a grind to go through 3 months just thinking, you know, am I doing the right things? You know, if I get a bit injured, you take 2 or 3 days off. You know what I mean? It kind of plays on you. Whereas before, I kind of pushed through that a little bit more because I knew I didn't have time to rest. Or here, when I did rest, I felt guilty. You know, like I said, it's not that I haven't trained my whole life pretty consistent, but to have it all packed in like that was a bit stressful. What was the second part of your question?
When you had your back, when many of us were thinking, oh, I'm not good for you.
I was just worried about that cut. And worried about his uniform malfunctioning. No, I knew I was fine from there. I've been training with a couple of very, very good black belts in Australia at Dominance Mixed Martial Arts in Melbourne. And every day I let them have mount, I let them have my back. And you know, these guys haven't they haven't played that much with the MMA. And I play with them a little bit, you know, and start hitting them, and it's not something they're used to. Towards the end of the camp, they got used to it, but it throws them off. So I had a teammate trained for about a year that fought Hallman in the IFL a long time ago, and he had my teammate's back for a while. My teammate actually busted Hallman up pretty bad from that position. So when he had my back, I actually kind of remembered that, and I started throwing punches and playing. And I just had to be patient. I wasn't really threatened with the choke unless he bellied me down.